Hello, everybody, and welcome into today's episode of the Top Cut Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast. My name is Sunny. I am here hosting with Caleb. What's up, dude?
Can't complain too much. Everything seems to be pretty good on my end. How about you?
I'm having a pretty good day so far.
That's good.
So we got a little bit to talk about. We got a little bit of quick play news to get into. The main thing we want to talk about, though, today is the conclusion of the North American and European YCSs, as well as right now they're working on the semifinals of the Central America, and the Southern America one starts later this evening. So we'll have the information for that one at the end of the week's episode. But the main thing to talk about, just some more little quick play news. We do have another reveal on a card from Dawn of Majesty. It's a non-effect fusion monster for Ready Fusion. It's looks like a giant peacock. It's level 2.
Yeah, it's like something, the final nothingness.
Yeah, it's a bird.
It's a very edgy bird.
Yeah, it's definitely just a peacock.
Yeah, but it's a level 2 tuner. That's it for Ready Fusion. That's all it is.
Right. We also have the release upcoming of the Synchro Storm set, which is a set that's got all the Speedroid support as well as
all the wind attribute support.
Right. It's also got the Lyralist cards. That set was pushed back from mid-July to January 21st, and it's been pushed up from January 21st to January 14th.
Yep.
So not a huge update, but, you know.
Hey, we're getting it a whole week earlier than we were expecting.
Right. So, a little bit of something's better than a whole lot of nothing. Another piece of quick play news, very interesting to note. We had a big segment in the last episode talking about Aluber, the Jester of Despia, and it's really interesting. We talked about how they had changed in translation from him searching a branded card to him searching a Despia card, which was bad because there's only one. Yeah.
And so when people started cracking open their boxes and all that,
in the reveals,
creator. For the creator reveals, someone in both the European and the North American creator space both pulled them. And the one in the North American said branded, and the one in the European one said Despia.
Right.
So
we don't know what this card does.
We don't know if it's supposed to search for brandeds or Despias. We don't know for sure yet. We'll have to wait until not next week, but like the week after next.
Release day.
Yeah, for the after release day. Because then Konami will put all this on the database, and whatever the database says its effect is, that is the correct effect, regardless of what it says on the card.
Yeah, that'll be the official effect.
Yeah.
So
it might actually do what it's supposed to do. Here's hoping.
What a concept. A card doing what it's actually supposed to do.
I know, right? As opposed to working completely differently in the TCG and OCG.
Right. The only other thing to talk about is we have some of the imports. We have Trickstar Festival was one of the imports for Dawn of Majesty.
Which is neat.
Mm-hmm. Arrival in Light. That is another import. Link Apple, which is actually a very fun Link extender card.
It's adorable.
Very. 2 Toads with 1 Sting. Yep.
String. It's 2 toads and 1 string.
Is it? One Sting. Nowhere.
Huh? It's supposed to be string because it's based on that. Whatever.
High Ritual Art, which is a ritual spell card.
Can it ritual summon any monster?
Wow, yeah. This card can be used to ritual summon any ritual monster from your deck. You can also tribute normal monsters from your hand.
Yeah, that's the
catch. Okay.
The catch. You have to tribute normal monsters from your hand.
Okay. Shinobi Insect Hagakuramino? Hagakuramino?
I have no idea how to pronounce it. I didn't even try.
I just did it, man. Hagakuramino.
Hagakuramino.
That is the English name, by the way.
Yes.
That's the name on the English version of the card.
Yes, because the artworks that we're looking at is the people pulling them and showing them on camera. Somebody took screenshots.
Right. Of course, this is the European version that the picture is on, so Lord knows, it could say anything in North America. And the fact that it's an insect link monster is very interesting, which is...
It's not very good.
But it's relevant to something that we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
And then there's Goki finishing move. Oh boy, a Goki card in the Year of Our Lord 2021.
Well, the thing about finishing move is, I don't think it's part. I don't even think even if they released it with the original Goki stuff, it would never. I don't think it ever would have been pertinent. It makes it where you can only attack with one Goki. Well, you can only attack with Goki monsters, but they all gain piercing.
Yeah, it's not that good.
Yeah.
If that's all it does, it's not that good. So why don't we move on to something a little bit more relevant? Right after a very quick ad break.
Hey everyone, it's Caleb, also known as Jam, the man, here with our sponsor, Anchor. Anchor makes making a podcast incredibly easy. It has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer, then distribute your podcast for you, so you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many, many more. They even let you make money from your podcast right from the very start. Everything you need to make your own podcast. The best part? It's free. So go and download the free Anchor app, or go to anchor.fm and get started today. And now, back to the podcast.
All right, let's go on and let's talk about the I already forgot what I was about to say.
YCS, Beach
Yeah. The European YCS. So we've got all the results. The winner is Jar Brigade.
Ah. Oh, which YCS was this one again?
European.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Raphael Nevin completes his three-peat.
Wait, wasn't the finals for that like Tri Brigade mirror?
Yeah, it was.
Well, hey, look at that.
So, it's interesting that the deck basically took over the top cut of the European YCS. So, for those interested, the breakdown of the top 32 at this event is they had 13 Tri Brigade, which is 6 Zodiac, 6 Pure, 1 Ancient Warriors, 7 Drytron, 4 Virtual World, 2 Salamangreat, 1 Prankiz, 1 Madolche, 1 Dragon Link, 1 Dogmatic Invoke Shadal, 1 Subterra, and 1 Dinosaur. So, pretty diverse.
Very diverse, considering.
Right. It's a pretty diverse field. It's also important to remember that this is not today's meta. This is meta from 2 weeks ago. So, when you really think about it in terms of how the meta looks now, this has already impacted our current meta. You notice there's no Sky Striker here?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that doesn't mean it wasn't represented at the tournament. There was a lot of Sky Striker represented overall at the tournament. So, as a result, because of Sky Striker being highly represented at the tournament overall and not topping, you see a dramatic fall off in Sky Striker.
Yeah, and therefore a lot of the sides that are really good against not just Sky Striker, but a lot of other decks like Phantasme, stuff like that is starting to fall. Yeah, it's starting to fall off due to one of its major targets being not really a thing anymore. Right.
So if you go to look at the deck lists, which I'm pulling all of these deck lists from Lithium 2300's channel. He is a large Yu-Gi tuber. I recommend everybody go check him out, and we can leave a link to this exact video in the description. But first was Raphael Nevin. He is a very, very well-known player. He's won several YCSs. He is, by all means, a pro player. So Raphael Nevin was running Tri Brigade Zodiac. His Zodiac package is rather small, 2 Thoroughblades, 1 Rat Pierre. He's main decking Phantasmes, which is something that we talked about, is probably something that he wouldn't do as of right now. In fact, in his actual deck profile video, he says that in his build for right now, 2 weeks later, those are actually pulled out. But the build for 2 weeks ago, when this event mainly happened,
yeah,
he was main decking them.
Yeah.
So
Oh, we did actually figure out. We did actually find out why they made us wait for 2 weeks.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because they sent out these
stream kits,
which came with these really expensive cameras, the 9 yards. And they want to make sure
tripods, mounts, microphones,
lights, everything you could possibly need. Just to make sure that everyone is on the same playing field as far as being able to see.
Right. So the second place list was another Tri-Brigade list, but if you look at it, it's actually a very, very different list from what you see in Raphael Nevin's list. This list is not playing any Zodiac cards at all. It was playing the 3 Rescue Cats, the 3 Gammas and Driver. Because if you play the Rescue Cats, you basically have to play the Gamma package. But both decks are main decking 3 Imperm and 3 Effect Veiler, which is interesting. Both main decking Called By. And because Max Tim in second place is not playing the Zodiac package, he still wanted a way to get into Zeus. So he played Melfi Mommy, or Melfi of the Forest, whatever the rank 2 Melfi monster is. Melfi of the Forest, I think, is what it is.
Maybe. Because I think they have 3 rank 2 exceeds.
Well, I'm almost pretty sure it's Melfi of the Forest.
It's probably of the Forest.
So he's playing one of those, and that plus the Zeus is his Zeus package.
Interesting.
Yeah. A lot of people are playing the Sky Cavalry Centuria, but if I had to guess, he probably just didn't have one handy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he probably also didn't want to spend the $25,
$30.
Yeah, because it did, at the time I think the card had just had a buyout.
Yeah, and looking at his deck list, the only cards in his deck list that are actually expensive, he is running Access Code and he is running Zeus, but everything else in his deck list is a couple bucks.
Minus the Fractals.
Well, but that's I'm talking about non-engine pieces.
That is important to specify.
Yeah.
So very inexpensive non-engine pieces.
So, realistically, if he just didn't have the time to get them. The other interesting thing is he is running 3 Shirag.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, most people are in 2. He runs 3, probably because he has the extra space. And 3 Shirag is actually really good because it gives you the ability to hard make one on your opening turn, and then you can link it off, and then use it to search something. So you can search a DD Crow, he's not running DD Crow, but you can use it to search another Tri-Brigade or another kit. Another Tri-Brigade, another cat, whatever you need.
Or if he was running Crow, you could search DD Crow off of it.
Right. It's a pretty interesting deck list. Both running 2 Ferjits, things like that. Both running with 1 Bear Brum. Both running double Dragon Lords. Both running Almirage. It's pretty normal stuff. Both had 3 Nib, 3 Droll on the side. Max Tim had 2 Contact C in the side, which is interesting. Both had 3 Twin Twisters in the side. Raphael Nevin was playing 3 Shared Ride. Probably almost exclusively for Drytron. Because it's against Drytron, it's like Max C. So, interesting list.
Very interesting.
Then we have 2 top 4 lists. One is yet another Tri-Brigade list. This one is on the Rescue Cat Gamma package with a Foolish Barrel as an extra starter. He's running 3 Prosperity, which is interesting considering how crucial the extra deck is here. But he's not on a Zeus package at all.
Oh, so if he's not on the Zeus package, that does give him some extra spaces where he can throw stuff he doesn't care about.
Right. So in exchange, he is still running Omega, which he kind of has to because of the Gamma package. He's running a 3rd Shirag. He's running 2 Bear Brum and 2 Ferjit. So he's running an extra Link 2, and he's running a Dogoron.
Dogoron?
Yeah. It's a Link 2 beast monster.
Oh, fair enough. I was thinking the Mad Flame Kaiju.
Oh, no. You're right. Dogoron is the Mad Flame Kaiju. It's gonna bother me. That's what it is. It's going to bother me.
The blah blah blah, the Desperate Doom Eagle.
Yeah, he's definitely running Hrossvalgar. You have to run Hrossvalgar this day and age. It's just too good not to run.
I mean, how many other options do you have in that slot for a Link 2 tri-type?
A Link 3 tri-type?
Yeah, Link 3 tri-type.
There's literally 6 total. I mean, there's exactly one Beast Warrior. It's Rugal. That's it. That's the list.
Yeah. And then in one of the other winged beasts, like a for hire monster or something.
Yeah, there's 2 beasts. There's Ojama Emperor and...
Which is OCG only.
I think it's OCG. It was at one time anyway.
I mean, it might still be.
No, actually, it has been released here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so Ujama Emperor, but why would you run Ujama Emperor?
Right, and a Fur Hire Link 3, but why would you run that? I mean,
just run more Rugals.
Yeah.
Or Hrossvalgar.
Right. As far as Winged Beasts, there's a Nephthys one, there's Simorg, and then there's Hrossvalgar, and that's it. That's the list. That's all the Link 3 tri-types you have. So, why don't you talk a little bit about the top 4 list while I find what that Link monster is, because it's going to bother me.
Sure. Give me 1 second to pull up said list.
Yeah.
Stupid
and
ad.
Man, I thought I had it.
Don't you just love, like, right when you're about to say something and it just...
Darumidal. That's what it is. Firefighting Darumidal.
Huh.
So, as far as the Madolche list, I guess I already had it pulled up.
Yes, here we go. The, okay, yeah. Okay, I mean, as far as that Tri-Brigade list, other than the fighting Durumidal, it looks like a pretty standard list. Psycho Readers in the side.
Yeah. 3 Lightning Storms, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. And then the other top 4 deck was actually Madolche. As far as the actual main deck itself, it's pretty standard Madolche. He's actually running the access code Appaloosa, Osawa the Earth Charmer removable, and the Light Earth Charmer, the Light Charmer,
Lina.
Yeah, Lina, the Light Charmer, whatever, Link 2. And of course, since he's running, maining the Gamma package, he's also got the Cyframe Lord Omega in the extra as well.
Right.
2 Chugall modes, 3 Queen, 3 Teacher, 2 Sistart, pretty standard stuff. Goes in because they don't care. I mean, like, you flip a Goes in, the only monsters that locks you out of is Nib.
Yeah, and a couple of the extra deck Link monsters, but like...
Yeah, but even...
It'll be fine.
Yeah. You know, the spark
you can't activate Gamma under Gozen.
Yeah. If
you're already in the Earths.
Yeah, well, the thing is that if you flip Gozen and you go to activate Gamma, it's likely because you don't have any monsters on board anyway.
Oh. Duh.
And then even if he had Cyframe Lord Omega, he's the same attribute as...
He's light.
Yeah, he's light, and so is
and
Gamma.
Then he can just banish himself off the field.
Exactly. Anyway, and then he was also maining 3D Shifter, which is great. In the side, he had 1 Alpha. I don't know if that's due to just lack of not having more.
Probably just had space.
Yeah, just had that 1 extra slot and didn't know what to do with it. The Earth attribute, so it's still usable under Gozen, Pankratops. Triple Contact C, which also doubles which under Gozen can also depend if your opponent summons an Earth, you can Contact C, flip Gozen.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Or even better if they that'd be your best bet is.
Well, if you're playing against Tri-Brigades and they like summon Karis, then you can when they activate the effect of Karis and they special summon Ferjit, then you can Contact C right there, and they can't get rid of the Contact C. Or if you Gozen right there, then they're locked into Earths.
Yeah.
And Karis and Ferjit are both Earths, and so is Contact C. So
yeah, there you go.
You can Contact C and Gozen them at the same time.
Oh yeah. Granted, yes, at that point they could, if they're running it, that's a big if, they could then make Osawa.
No, they can't, because Contact C is an insect, and they have to use Tri-Beast as material after they've activated one of the effects.
I didn't know that.
Right.
Okay,
So
never mind.
Once they activate Karis' effect, on the resolution of the summon of Ferjit, or whatever they summon, is when you would Contact C them.
Okay, that's good to know.
Right. Until the end of the turn.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, and then...
But also, they can't go Link 4 from there because they don't run an Earth Link 4.
Yeah, that's right.
So they don't have a way to Link climb.
Yeah, the only Link 4s they make is Shurag and Access Code.
And Appaloosa.
And Appaloosa, if they run Appaloosa.
But guess what? Shurag and Access Code are dark, and Appaloosa's wind.
Yep. There you go. Anyway, let's see. Then he also had triple Twin Twister, standard stuff. Triple Different Dimension Crown in it.
Yes.
Which is basically just another D-shifter on it as a trap card instead.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
3 Anti-Spell Fragrance, which the deck kind of actually doesn't care about due to all the spells kind of setting themselves off of Salon anyway.
Right.
And then Red Reboot in the side with, pretty standard stuff. Again, but the interesting bits, though, is his choices with, like, the D-Shifter.
Did you mention Heralds?
Yes, he was running the Triple Herald. A lot of people... That's one of those things that, from what I've been able to gather from the Medolce community, is whether or not the Heralds are the correct answer. I think this settles that.
I think that Heralds are the correct answer, but you also need to remember... They have a different mindset on some things in the European game.
That is fair.
Which is not necessarily a bad thing. There's a lot of really great, all-time great players in Europe. But if you notice, a lot of the lists of European players are running the Heralds.
Yeah.
Because the one that topped the Extravaganza last year was running the Heralds. And that was a European list.
Oh, yeah. And the Medolces are able to actually use the Heralds due to 6 of their main deck monsters being fairies.
Right.
And then you could always just, if you open with 2 Heralds, you can always just activate Herald, pitch the other Herald.
Right.
Absolute worst scenario. And then, of course, like I said, the triple Pettings and Petting Sassuras and the triple Angelis all being fairies. So you've got options.
Let's talk about some of the top 8 lists. There's another, yet another Tri-Brigade. This one's 41 cards. It's running the Cats. It's running the Gamma package. Main deck 3 Drolls. He was not playing around with Tri-Brigade. With Drytron. He's also running he's main decking a Feather Duster, which is interesting. He is running Foolish Barrow, which I always think is interesting. He's running one trap card that I do not recognize. Maybe Tri-Brigade Rendezvous. Main decking a single DD Crow, which is super, super handy because you can search it off of Shurag turn 0. Only running 2 Karis, which a lot of people run 3 now. So, but overall, it's not that far off. He's also running the Melfi rank 2. And he is, other than that, it's all pretty much normal stuff. 2 alphas in the side deck, which in theory make a lot of sense, but I've heard from several people that they don't always come up. So,
which is fair.
Yeah, for sure.
You'll put a card in, expect it to be pertinent, and then the situation where it's pertinent just never comes up, even though it's a very common situation that should come up all the time.
Right. Another top 8 list is also Tri-Brigade. This is a Zoo Brigade package. So he is running 3 Fractal, 1 Thoroughblade, 1 Rat, the Ashes, Ghost Bells, only 2 Karis, 3 of the Nervals and Kits, 3 Effect Veilers. As far as some of the other, he is running Barrage. Not all of them run Barrage. Then you've got only 2 Solemn Strikes in the main, but he kept that at 40 cards, which I guess is good. His side deck is pretty tight, pretty standard side deck. He's running the Tiger Mortar, the Chakanai, and the Borbo, and the Zeus, so full Zeus package. Nothing too significant to talk about. He is running 1 Duster, 1 Cosmic, 2 Twin. IO in the side, and 3 Judgment in the side, which is
Interesting.
bold.
He's running the 1 Cosmic because he's maining 2 of them.
Oh, yeah, true.
Which is interesting. An interesting choice.
Yeah, I mean, well, it deals with a lot of stuff, Striker, things like that.
Which is fair.
Yeah. You want to talk about the Dragon Link list?
Yeah, sure. Let me go back to it real quick. There we go. Okay. I mean, as far as Dragon Link, it looks like pretty much the same Dragon Link that we had before. It's just that now instead of running LP, they do a lot more with rocket synchron. So he's actually running 2 rocket synchrons and Krishan Halka Fibrax. So he basically they're back on that Halka Fibrax shenanigans again.
Right. So you got It's crazy to me how many hand traps he's main decking.
I know. Triple Ash, triple Veiler, triple Nib,
Phantasme,
1
2
Phantasme,
Skullmeister.
2 Skullmeister.
Crazy.
Ridiculous. And now granted, he did keep his deck down to 40 cards exactly. Some of them go up to 41 or 42 because everything's searchable. But yeah, no, he decided, I'm keeping this down to 40.
I mean, it worked.
The 1 Phantasme is interesting. Makes me wonder if Phantasme is actually a Brotar target. It might be. Let me check. Phantasme's wording. Not Brotar. Chaos Space target. If so, then that's pretty good. It's interesting. At minimum, it's interesting. Let's see. No, it is not a target. But then why only run 1 copy of it then?
Probably deck space.
Maybe he built his deck and he was at 39 and said, "I'll just deck that one in."
Yeah. He's not even running any in the side either.
Yeah. So like I said, I'm thinking that's the reason why then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any interesting deck choices that you can tell here from the picture? It's kind of small, and I don't really know Dragon Link that well. I do know I can tell he's only running 1 chamber and 2 tidying, so rather small.
He's cited the 3rd tidying, which and a 3rd.
Okay, yeah.
3rd Skullmeister. I can't see what that.
Cited a 2nd chamber.
Yeah, Oh, okay. I couldn't recognize what that first card was. So
yeah,
he's
it's a chamber.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so he's citing the extra chamber, the 3rd Skullmeister, 2 Ghost Spell, and the Gamma package, and 3 TTT. But the cited Gamma package, I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, it's something that we're going to see more of as we go through more deck lists.
It's certainly very interesting, actually.
Yeah. I think the principle is if you're going 2nd, you can side in the Gamma package.
That's fair.
I mean, it's the Gamma package is crazy, and then with him running 12 hand traps, he can side up 3 that he doesn't want, and then also the Phantasme. So that's like before.
Yeah. Particularly the Phantasme if he's in a position to where it's not going to be very useful. Well, then again, what decks don't link summon at this point?
Prank kids usually don't have more than 1 on the field. Other than that,
well, I mean, because even 1 is enough for if let's say
Invoke Shaddoll Dogmatica.
There you go. That's the one I can think of. Because even if he opens the 1, he can still special summon it, and he has an extra dragon on board. He has an extra dragon body when his turn comes around on board.
Yeah. It's almost never a bad card in the Dragon Link deck.
Yeah. Again, because it's a dark dragon. Granted, you can't use it to make Striker or Pisty, but it can be used to make Romulus. It can be used to make
Heavenly Spheres. Huh?
Heavenly Spheres. It's also level 7, so you can then also normal summon. So then, if you have a Rocket Synchron, you can normal summon Rocket Synchron and immediately synchro into Chaos Ruler to get you started.
Yeah.
I
know. I was playing against a Dragon Link yesterday in a tournament that I went to, and he gammoed me on his turn. He Starly Shade for it, activate effect. I tried to Opaloosa negate, and he chained Gamma, and he immediately used Gamma to summon, to synchro summon into Chaos Ruler.
Ooh!
And it just sent him into overdrive, and he went full combo on me.
Ooh! Because then he also still got a Seyfried off as well.
Yeah. He reverse FTK'd me because I went first, but he built his full Dragon Link board and I couldn't do anything. It was like he literally he FTK'd me going second, and I was like, what?
yeah. He definitely got you with that Xanathar Gambit or Xander Gambit or whatever.
Yeah. He got me good.
Yeah, because he probably wanted you to negate with Appaloosa because then he gets hit you with the Gamma and then Synchro.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, but even if you hadn't, even if you read that's what he was going to do and didn't do it, he'd still get his safe word surge and could still go off.
Yeah. There was definitely a lot to it. The next deck that we're going to talk about is Callum Cook's top 8 deck for Prank Kids. So, this is a pretty standard Prank Kids deck. He's running
2 Roxy, which is interesting.
Yeah, a lot of them like to run 3, but this one and another one we're going to talk about later, Pack's List, both ran only 2 Roxy. So, you're on 3 Fansies, 3 Dropsies, 3 Lampsies. I couldn't remember the fire name. So 3 Fansies, 3 Dropsies, 3 Lampsies, 2 Roxies. Then he's on his pranks package is 3 Prank Kids Place, no terraforming. He is running instant fusion, so you have a couple of instant fusion targets there. And then, so 3 place, he's on, looks like either 2 pranks and 3 pandemonium, or I think it's 2 pranks, 3 pandemonium, and then 1 Thunder Dragon fusion for a 4th fusion spell. So, pretty good package. He's on, of course, your 3 Meow Meow Moo, 3 Doodle Doo. He's on a Nightmare Griffin, 1 Bow Wow Bark, 1 Verte Anaconda.
So that way he can hit that Thunder Dragon fusion.
Right. He is on Totally Awesome, which you absolutely should be.
No, because worst case scenario, you get out 2 Dropsies, Toad.
Right. In the side deck, he's on Lancia, Cycle Readers, Tikaboo, Judgment, standard stuff.
Yep. Paragamma
Yeah, his main deck hand trap package is interesting. He's also main decking 3 Triple Tactics Talent, which makes a lot of sense this format because of the prominence of hand traps right now. They're so prevalent that you can't help but if you have access to them and you have the space in your deck, Triple T is just such a good card. He's also on 2 Goat Spell. He's on 3 Droll, 3 Ash, 3 Nib in the main, which I think is correct, honestly. Next we have a top 16 deck, a Salamangreat deck. I don't recognize many of the Salamangreat cards. I know there's 3 Foxy,
2 Jaguar. He's got the Gazelle.
Is that 3 Flame Buffalo, 3 Spinny?
Yep.
Yeah,
pretty standard package. The only thing that I find interesting, personally, is the Hita, the Fire Charmer link.
Mm-hmm.
They don't normally run that. He's got it.
I think it's worth playing.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you an out to if you get Contact Seed.
Does it?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So the Fire Charmer links is 2 monsters, including a whatever their attribute is monster. So if you get Contact Seed, you can make Hita using a fire monster and the Contact C.
And it makes sense that he was thinking about Contact C because guess what? He's running 3 of them in a side deck, as well as a Gamma package and 3 Drolls, and 3 evenly matched.
Yep.
And IO in the side, which is interesting.
Well, I mean, because after he gets off his Salamangreat Circle and Salamangreat Sanctuary,
mm-hmm.
After he's gotten them down that first time, he doesn't really need them anymore.
Right.
So then he just sets the IO, standby, flips IO, right. And then he could probably negate it, turn it off for the turn with one of his other cards, probably.
Right.
And he absolutely had to think about Contact C, because out of his extra deck, only 2 cards aren't links, and it's Abyss Dweller and Mirage Stelio.
Okay, let me just say, I hate this next deck we're about to talk about.
It's 60 card
It's the warcrime.deck. It's
Yeah, there's
sub-terrors. Okay, so hold on. Let's talk about this for a second.
So he's got Dragoon. He got the Dragoon package.
Not only does he have a Dragoon package, he has one Red Eyes, one Dark Magician, and 3 Red Eyes Fusion in the main.
Yeah, hold on.
Probably because he's running 60 cards.
Then he's running full 60 card deck. Then he's got the Dogmatica package.
Yep, he's got 1 Fleur-de-Lis, 1 Ecclesia, 1 Maximus.
Triple Nadir.
3 Ecclesia. 3 Ecclesia, 1
Yeah.
Fleur-de-Lis, 1 Maximus. 3 Nadir.
Then he's got the Subterra package.
Right, so I see 2 Fiendus, I see 2 Guru, and he's got the Hidden City as well as the Trap card.
Hold on. Here's where things get bizarre. He has the Shadal package, which it consists of literally Apkalon, Wenda, and Schism.
You think that's where it gets weird?
And a construct. Hold on. I'm not done. He's got a Buster Blader package.
Oh, you got me! I was going to say Buster Blader.
Yeah, he's got a Buster Blader package.
He is running 1 Super Poly.
And then,
This man couldn't decide what deck he wanted to play, so he just played them all. He's playing Summon Limits. He's playing
Triple Trap Trick, Dinomischus, Paleozoic, Dinomischus, Infinite Imperm.
2 IDP.
Oh, my
2
lord.
Tikaboo.
Triple Crackdown.
What is this man on?
Warcrime.deck.
He's running 1 Dragoon, 1 Construct, a Buster Blader thing, a Titaniclad, one of the Predaplant fusions. He's running an Apkalon, a Winda, 1 Entis.
Mud Dragon of the Swamp.
Yeah, 1 Mud Dragon of the Swamp. He's running...
That's Cyframe Lord Omega and no Gammas.
He's running Omega with no Gamma package.
Because it's a level 8 Synchro, he can hit. He also has the Buster Synchro and Wind Pegasus at Ignister.
Oh, yeah, okay. The BLS Link for a Verte Anaconda and a Link Karibo. Wow, what a deck.
Hold on, and then he's got the...
Last Word from Another Planet
in his side, along with...
Waking the Dragon, which is how he plans on getting there.
And then Triple Cycle Reader as well.
Yep. And Evenly's.
What?
And IO.
This is Warcrime.deck. That's all I can say about this. What on earth?
All I can say is I'm glad I did not play against this dude.
Oh my, could you imagine sitting there game 1 and it's just Shadal and you're just like, oh, it's Invoke Shadal. That's all you see. You side in and then all of a sudden you're on Subterror.
Disgusting.
And you're just like, oh, he must have did he smoke screen or what? Jesus, dude.
Okay, let's get away from this. Let's talk about the next deck. I want to talk about this. This is 2 top 16 Drytron lists. So the first one seems to be what I would consider a fairly standard Drytron list these days. It's on, let's see, that's 3 Alpha, 3 Zeta, 2 Gamma, 1 Delta maybe, 3 Ghost Bell, 3 Diviner, 3 Herald of Orange Light, which is actually not the norm, and 2 Eva. That's all the effect monsters. For rituals, you have 1 Ben 10, 1 Ida 10, 1 Natasha, and 1 Ultimateness, which is, I think, pretty normal. You have 1 Instant Fusion, which is there for Millenniumize Restrict, 3 Triple Tactics Talent, 3 Cyber Emergency, 3 Drytron Nova, 1 Foolish Burial, 2 Prod of Prosperity, one of the Ritual Spell, 1 Called By, and 1 of the Field Spell, which is interesting.
Very interesting.
A lot of people have cut the Field Spell entirely. This deck is running 1. The other top 16 deck is running 2, which we'll talk about in just a second. Actually, that list is pretty much the same, except it's running only 1 Eva for some reason. It's running the level 12 ritual monster, the big Draconids ritual. It's only running... So, to make room for a Terraforming, the Draconids, the extra field spell, and the extra prosperity, they cut
all the hand traps outside of
Oh yeah, I see that now. They're literally running 16 effect monsters, 5 rituals here, and 19 spells.
Yeah, the only hand traps are running are 2 Herald of Orange Light.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting choice, but...
Yeah, they also cut the ghost spells entirely and an Eva. I can't believe they cut one of the Evas. I think 2 is correct. They're also running Triple Tactics Talent, which is interesting. They're also running the Instant Fusion with the Millennium Eyes.
That being said, I do admire both of these side decks.
Yeah, the side decks are very clean. 15 cards, 5 play
3
sets.
up. Yep, 5 3-ups. 3, let's see, one's got 3 Cycle Reader, triple
Droll,
triple Cosmic, triple Forbidden Drip, triple Dust Tornado. The other one's running...
not Dust Tornado, Twin Twister.
The other one's running...
Could you imagine if he was running 3 Dust Tornado in the year of our Lord 2021?
What is... Hey man, that's some next level thinking. The other one's running triple Lancia, triple Cycle Reader, triple Droll, triple Dark Ruler No More, triple Cosmic.
It surprises me that this other list is only running 3 Cosmic and he's not running any Twins. I think the first deck that we talked about, which is running the 1 Field Spell and the 1 and the 3 Heralds, 2 Evas, not running the big dude. I think this list is honestly a correct list. 3 Twin, 3 Cosmic in the side to deal with IO, 3 Droplets. I really think that this list is much more along the lines of what I would be playing.
If you were playing the deck.
Yeah, for sure. Next deck to talk about, more top 16s. We have a Virtual World deck. It's a pretty standard Virtual World deck. It's full of everything. Only 2 Chuches, which is interesting, but it's searchable. Then he's got 2 Denko Sekas in the side.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I wonder if he just grabbed him from the side when he was playing.
Oh man, I can just imagine the look his opponent gave him if he went to game anytime he went to game 2 and just opened normal summon Denko Seka.
Oof.
Just squint.
Another top 16 Tri Brigade list. This guy's on 2 main DD Crow. He is running Monster Reborn.
He's also running some of the Ancient Warriors.
Yeah, so this is the Ancient Warriors version, which he's really only running 3 Ancient Warriors. 2 of the level 4 was blue with a red cape. I don't know their names.
Yeah, the water attribute and then one of the wind.
Right. He is on the Gamma package, which is interesting. He's on 3 Ghost Spells in the main, 3 Ash in the main, 2 Karis, 1 Called By, 2 Twins. He is on only 2 Revolt, 1 IO. I don't see the Zodiacs here. But he's running a Zodiac package in the extra deck.
Yeah, I don't see any zoos in his main either.
He doesn't have any in his main or his side deck.
Interesting.
He must be using the Beast Warriors from the Ancient Warrior stuff to access the zoo package.
It's gotta be.
Which I don't think is that good. I think that's gotta be worse.
It might be. I don't...
It worked for him, though. He got the top 16.
Fair enough. He probably had to go up against a whole bunch of them that were running zoos and running your standard zoo package.
Right. And the last deck to talk about here is another top 16 Drytron deck.
This one's a little more interesting.
Yes. So this one, he is on 3 Diviner, 3 Herald of Orange Light. That looks like 1 Beta, 3 Gamma, 3 Zeta, 3 Alpha, 2 Eva. That's all the effect monsters, 18. Then 5 Rituals, 1 Ben 10, 1 Natasha, 1 Eda 10, 1 Ultimateness, and 1 of the Draconids. He's on the Instant Fusion. He's on the Triple Tactics talents, which I think realistically at this point you just kind of have to be. He's on 3 Cyber Emergency, 3 Nova, 1 Foolish, 1 of the Ritual Spell, 1 Called By, 3 Droplet, and 1 of the Field Spell. His extra deck's a little bit more interesting. He's also got the Intis. He's also got he's running 2 Herald of Arclight, which is interesting. The Wind Pegasus at Ignister, obviously Millennium Eyes. He's let's see, Beatrice, Downard, the Lyrilisk rank 1. He's running 2 of the Mubeta, 1 Zeus, and then his links are the Link Karibo, Masquerena, Appaloosa, and Nightmare Phoenix. His another very satisfying extra deck with 3 different Dimension Ground, 3 Cosmic, 3 Droll, 3 Owl of Justice, Cycle Reader, and 3 Lancia. The interesting thing to me about these top 16 lists is that literally none of the top 16 lists are running, for Drytron anyway, none of them are running the Dragoon package.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. The Dragoon package has become pretty prevalent in the Drytron deck, but
I think it was might have been a meta call at this YCS to not run it, due to since this is a YCS, a lot of people are going to shell out the cash and get triple tactics talents, and are probably going to be maining it. As we just saw, a vast majority of the decks had TTT, which is just an auto out to Dragoon.
And it's not just that; it's also the idea of So if you play Dragoon, and all of this theory comes from a good friend of mine. His name is Dylan. Please check out his YouTube channel, Team Darkroom Dealings. But it's really interesting to me if you think about the Dragoon package and what it accomplishes and what the goal of it is, right? The Dragoon package, the goal is if your opponent stops everything else and all you can do is put up a Link Kuriboh and maybe one more monster, then it gives you the ability to make an instant Link 2. But at that point, what you're doing is you're going into Verte and going into Dragoon, which is powerful, but you're playing and dedicating deck space for the plan of losing. And you do not want to build your deck around the idea of what to do when you are losing. You want to build your deck around the concept of you always want to be ahead. And that's why something like an IP Masquerena package to make an Appaloosa or a Nightmare Phoenix on your opponent's turn can actually be more powerful. Because once you have your Herald of Ultimateness set up with your Beatrice and your IP and one other monster, then at that point you can use the IP, the Beatrice, and something else to go into a 3 negate Appaloosa on your opponent's turn. So now not only do you have 4 materials in hand for Omni Negate of Herald of Ultimateness, but you also have 3 negates on Appaloosa. Basically, your opponent's not playing the game. It's an interesting theory and it's an interesting concept, and clearly we see that it worked here. It was pretty clearly the better option going into this event. So that wraps it up for the European YCS. As we said earlier, the winner of the YCS was, one more time, his name is Raphael Nevin.
Yes, congratulations to him.
Absolutely. We also have the results of the North American YCS. So, as many of you know by now, because this is airing days afterwards, this event was actually won by a content creator in the community. This event was won by Pack.
Oh yeah, good old Pack with his prank kids.
Yeah, I mean it's really exciting that somebody from the community, you know, not just a pro player, but somebody from.
Dude, top 16 is wild.
For
just how many different decks are in top 16
in the North American?
Yeah.
So why don't you give us a breakdown of what all we have here?
Yeah, sure. Give me just one hot second to pull that back up. I just had it up a second ago.
Oh yeah, no, it's okay.
Okay, so and I was only able to find like the entirety of top 8 and a couple from top 16. Okay, so in the top 16, the 2 I was able to find was Tri-Brigade Zodiac and Phantom Knights. Okay. For top 8, we got Mech Knight Orcust of all things.
Wild.
So people start playing around Mech Knights again, if you're not. Tri-Brigade, Virtual World, Zodiac Tri-Brigade, Eldritch, and then second place was Dragon Link. First place was Prank Kids with Pack.
Of course.
So that's 2 Tri-Brigade in top 8, 2 Virtual World, 1 Eldritch, 1 Mech Knight Orcust, 1 Dragon Link, 1 Prank Kids. That's 4, 5, 6 different decks in top 8.
I mean, that's a lot of diversity.
Well, I'm also used to there being like 2 decks in top 8.
I mean, even if you look at the European YCS, top 8 had 5 tri-brigades.
Yeah. Which is interesting as to why there's only 2 here. And they got, at best, top 4.
Right. Why don't we take a real quick break before we go over the actual PAX deck list and stuff like that. And we're just going to do a quick word from our newest sponsor.
Our first sponsor.
Absolutely. We're very excited about this. We actually got our first official sponsor, which is Enter the Battlefield Games. It is our local card shop in Alexandria, Louisiana. They were generous enough to sponsor us. We will be doing not live podcasts, but we'll be doing recordings at our monthly Yu-Gi-Oh! Days at this shop.
Oh, absolutely.
So they run a little circuit series, and they're trying to garner a lot more support within the community, the local area, not just in Alexandria, but the surrounding areas. And on top of that, they also have a TCG storefront that they use. So for those who are unfamiliar, you can use their TCG Player storefront through the link in the description below, or you can go to their actual website, etbgames.com, which the link will also be in the description for that, to go and support our local card shop. It means the world to us, and it means the world to us that they're willing to, do this and help
take
us
a
out.
risk on us.
Absolutely. It's really kind of cool to know that we have a sponsor now, and know that we have somebody that's, has faith in us and believes in us that we can be more than what we are now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So definitely check them out. If you live in or around Alexandria, Louisiana, definitely show up.
Absolutely. We have people that come for those Yu-Gi-Oh! Days. The prize support is actually insane. A lot of times they'll do several boxes, or I think last time it was a Starlight, Bahalutia.
Mm-hmm.
They've done Ultimate Rare Decoy Cheese.
Yes, that was the prize. That was a prize support for that goat tournament that they did one day.
Yeah, the prize support is honestly just astounding. The prize support that they give,
especially considering the actually really low entry fee normally.
Yeah, it's always only like $10 to enter.
Yeah,
and they'll do Starlights, they'll do boxes, and they do case tournaments. It's the amount that they do for the community is really astounding. We have people that come from 4 or 5 hours just to participate in these tournaments, and the level of competition is astounding. So I know that we have a pretty large following in Texas. For those in Texas, Alexandria, Louisiana is about 2 hours from the state line, and if you're coming from Dallas, it's about a 5-hour drive from Dallas. But I promise the level of competition is really high. Some of the best players in the state of Louisiana, because it's so central, you get a lot of the best players in the state of Louisiana come here. Lots of people that have topped YCSs, lots of people that have topped regionals. Infinite regional tops. But, even in a field of, say, 25 players, the amount of credentials that you have out of those 25 players is really something to behold.
Absolutely. It is ridiculous.
So, and I really think it's worth making the drive. It's worth making the trip. So,
oh, yeah. Definitely check it out, especially if you're just kind of passing through the area.
Absolutely.
Might as well just pop your head in, see what's going on.
Right. So, thank you again to ETB Games for sponsoring us, and we ask everybody, please, hop on, check it out. Follow the link in the description below. And for those interested in the Central American YCS, the finals is Drytron and Invoked Dogmatica.
Ooh.
So, yeah, it's an interesting matchup. Currently, Drytron is up a game.
Oh. Okay, cool. So maybe whenever we're done talking about the North American, they'll be done.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so where do we even start? I guess we should just start with the Prank Kids, I guess, at the top.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, because Pac himself has actually already done his first place deck profile because he's a content creator. So, of course, he's going to,
Right. I think it was like 2 hours after the event. He, went and got food and rested for a bit and then hopped on and did, a 2.5 hour stream after dueling all day.
Oh, yeah. No, and then
crazy.
absolutely ridiculous. You know, then he did his, like I said, he did his own deck profile there. It seemed like your pretty bog standard prank kid list.
Mm-hmm.
The interesting thing was he was running, what was it, 2 copies of LOB first edition polymerizations.
Right. He didn't run the alt art or anything like that. He was very specific. He got him just for the event. He said he wanted this deck for his first YCS. He thought it would be very cool if the deck came absolute max rarity. And that deck is maxed.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Something else that he ran, he had...
Oh, the LOB first edition Monster Reborn.
Oh, this is not just an LOB first edition Monster Reborn. He bought a PSA 7 Monster Reborn and cracked it so that he could play it.
Oh my god, yeah, and when he said that, oh my lord.
The whole chat just went nuts. You cracked a graded card? It's like, yeah, guys, but it's just a PSA 7.
Yeah, it's not a PSA 9 or a 10, it's a 7, so it's not that bad.
Still.
But the flex that this man decided to do.
Just the fact that he said, yeah, this was actually a PSA 7, but I cracked it so I could play it.
Oh my god, just for the flex of it. Oh my god.
Just when he said, yeah, but I cracked the PSA 7 so that I could play it. Just... Everybody, this is madman. But the deck was max rarity. His triple tactics talents were all starlights. I mean, just everything. It was insane.
Oh yeah, just if it had a max, whatever the max rarity of a card, if he had it, if it was in the deck, it was its max rarity. Everything.
Right. So, some other interesting deck choices that he made. He didn't run Lightning Storms on the side. He ran evenly matches. And the concept was...
He does have an amazing reason for it.
Right,
Big brain.
Right. The concept for it was that you don't want to have Lightning Storms in against decks that run Lightning Storm. Against decks that run Imperial Order. Because Lightning Storm is not chainable. So, if you go standby main, activate Lightning Storm... and they chain IO, then you just lose. But he was maining one Twin Twister. And he said in the deck profile that the one Twin Twister that he was maining, he said, a lot of people would have run one Harpy's Feather Duster. Said, I've got one slot, let's play a one of. But... that's not necessarily correct. Just because you can play a one of doesn't necessarily mean that the choice is correct to play a one of rather than a three of. Because Twin Twister is chainable and it can out IO. Just the reluctance to play non-chainable spell cards was very interesting to me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Again, just this super awesome big brain reasoning.
Of course.
But I mean, I expect nothing less from Pack.
Right.
I expect nothing less from someone who got first place at the first Remote Duel YCS.
Right.
Let's see. Next up, I was able to actually find the second place Dragon Link deck.
Right.
Deck list, and I just pulled it up, and I'm kind of looking at it.
Surely it's running the Dragon Maid package, right? It's running Tidying and Chamber.
Yes, from what I can see, I'm just because I pulled it up just now, so I'm kind of looking through it. It's running Effect Veiler, which is absolutely fascinating.
I think you could. I think Effect Veiler is probably the right call.
Yeah, I could see it. The only thing that like I said, it seems like a pretty standard Dragon Link deck that you'd see anywhere else, except one little itty bitty main deck card.
What you got?
He was main decking the Chaos Emperor Dragon Pendulum Retrain.
What?
Yes. I don't know why. Because, like I said, I literally just pulled, because the video got posted like a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, while we were recording.
Yeah, so I haven't muted. I was kind of flipping through it, checking it out real quick while he was talking about the about PAX stuff. So the Chaos Emperor Dragon Link, not Link. Yeah, Chaos Emperor, the Dragon of Armageddon.
This Drytron player in the Central American Finals just black rosed his opponent.
Oh, get wrecked.
Did it. Dylan, I know you're listening.
God.
I know we talked about this. It happened.
Oh my god. Okay, so, like I said, we have the Chaos Emperor, the Dragon of Armageddon, which is, like I said, the Pendulum retrain of that classic Chaos Emperor Dragon. Pendulum effects, you can pay 1,000 life points, target one of your banished dragons. Destroy this card, and if you do, add the monster to your hand. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's a really good Pendulum effect. Then it's Monster Effect. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Can only be special summoned from your hand or top of your extra deck by banishing a light and a dark monster from your graveyard. You can only special summon this card once per turn this way. Once per turn, you can pay half your life points, set as many cards you control as possible to the graveyard, except from the extra monster zone. And if you do, send cards your opponent controls to the graveyard up to the number of cards you sent, then inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each card sent to their graveyard by this card's effect. And then if this face-up special summon card leaves the field, return to the bottom of the deck. Okay. So, I think he was entirely using it exclusively to just put it in the Pendulum Zone to recur one of his banished dragons. Which is interesting, because that gives him because that means he could recur Chaos Ruler for another go-round. He could recur anything he banishes for Levianeer or White or Black Dragon. I mean, it just gives him more recurability, and then whenever it pops itself for its effect, it then immediately just sends itself back to the bottom of the deck.
Right.
So then you can do it again and again if you draw into it again. So that's definitely interesting.
For sure.
Other than that, pretty standard. You're from what I could tell, just from kind of flipping through it real quick, was pretty much a bog standard Chamber Dragon Link. I'm definitely going to watch this video more in depth later, so I can, get a little more information about it.
Yeah. The other lists that we have is a top 4. There's an Eldritch list and a Zodiac Tri-Brigade list.
Well, I wasn't able to actually find the list themselves.
Yeah, but we know what it is.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
The North American YCS is, for some reason, the North American officials are much more reluctant to post representation numbers. And,
yeah.
I mean, the European YCS, we had day 1 representation numbers, day 2 representation numbers. We had all of the top 32, what decks were run.
Yeah.
I mean, we had breakdowns for everything along the way. And North America, it's just
we didn't unless you were there paying attention to who was running what deck, you didn't know what decks were being run for this until literally they cut to top 8. Because then they started posting on their Twitter the whatever versus whatever, and then next to the name in parentheses in very small text what deck they were running.
Right. So that's how we got third. And the top 4 is 1 Eldritch and 1 Tri-Brigade. And top 8 is another Tri-Brigade, 2 Virtual World, and 1 Mekk-Knight Orcust.
And the Mekk-Knight Orcust. I want to know what that Mekk-Knight Orcust was up to. That's interesting.
It was a combo deck.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
And top 16, we know that there was a Phantom Knights. We know that there was a Zoo Brigade. We know that there was a Drytron because Blade YGO was on Drytron. He made top 16. So,
yeah.
It's pretty exciting. We've had some great stuff come out. So, I think that's about all we have to talk about, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I mean, everything I can think of. How's that match still going?
Looks like the match is tied 1-1.
Oh, my God! How much time is left on the clock?
I do not know. I don't know that they're going to... there's 35 minutes left on the clock.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah. So Drytron got game 1, and Invoke Dogmatica got game 2.
Man, I figured those games would take forever due to, you know.
Well, it's an hour time limit.
Oh, okay. So
They're like 25 minutes in already.
Okay, yeah.
Or these are 50 minutes. These are 50 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know, so they would have like 15 minutes left if this was like a normal thing.
Yeah, they would have like either 15 or 25 minutes left.
Yeah. Not a whole. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. I think that'll about wrap us up for today. Be sure to come back for Friday's episode. We have a very special guest coming on. We have, should be, if everything works out, we'll have a very special guest coming on. We also have, we're going to be talking about the Beat Trooper cards at that time. So be sure to come back and check us out. We also want you to check out our Twitter at Top Cut Podcast. We want you to check out our Discord server, which is newly launched. It is a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, son.
Yeah, we have a lot of cool people in there. We are hoping to get many more cool people in the future. We need everybody that listens to please come join our Discord server. We will be running, like we said last episode, remote duel tournaments hopefully in there. We'll be always have a place to come and talk about whatever you want to talk about pretty much. We're also going to be asking you to follow us on YouTube. Follow us on whatever platform you listen to us on, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever. If you're on Apple Podcast, please leave us a review. It helps us tremendously. And leave us a rating, 5 stars if you don't mind. I think that's about it. Oh, and please check out our sponsor, ETB Games, link in the description below, and check out our sister channel, Team Dark Arm Dealings. Caleb, you got anything else?
Nope, that I was about to go into the ETB, but you got it for me.
Oh, I'm good like that.
Read my mind.
Oh yeah, it's psychic. We've just been friends for so long that it just.
Yeah. Well, take it easy, everybody.
Have a good one, y'all.